a woman is suing her ex-husband in a New South Wales court because he allowed their 16-year-old daughter to get a tattoo without her consent. The mother, Nadine Rees, shares parental responsibility for their daughter Casey, but she has little contact with her. In New South Wales, it is illegal to tattoo anyone under the age of 18 without written consent from a parent or guardian. Casey was in court to support her father, Bradley Victory. There might be a bit of a hint there in his name, Bradley Victory. Ben, should the mum have been part of this decision if we take into account for the fact that, she hasn't really been a big part of the life for the past 3 years? Clearly the daughter is supporting the dad. Should she have been a part of that decision?
I think what she's trying to do is, follow the law with what she's allowed, with what's on paper. But I think, once this is put before a judge, I think a judge is going to be able to see that the mum, for whatever reason, and maybe the judge won't want to get into this, is not a huge decision maker in this 16-year-old's life. I think that the judge will be determining whether or not this young girl is of sound mind and whether or not she's okay. And I think that's basically all we really need to do. I mean, I don't want to get into the nitty-gritty of, maybe that mum's a crazy lady. I don't have time to find that out, but it would appear that this girl has decided not to have a relationship with the mother, so it would be quite reflective that she probably have no decision.
It's not about being a crazy lady. What it is about, to me, is the father has parental responsibilities over this young girl. So the fact is that whatever the family history is, it sounds like he has custody. So he's got to make decisions. And for a mother who doesn't have a lot to do with her daughter, the fact is, if he's got responsibility, he's allowed to make those decisions for his daughter.
I agree with you wholeheartedly.
It's going to be interesting to see how this court case plays out.
All right. Well, we've got Jo Casamento now, which is wonderful. We've got her audio back. Thank goodness. Now, Jo, you've got kids. You are here. That's wonderful. So you've got kids. Would you be happy if their father said yes to a tattoo and didn't consult you?
Oh my God, are you joking? I would murder him. Actually, I didn't say that out loud. And here's the thing. I totally understand this scenario because I co-parent very effectively with my ex-husband, and we've raised 4 children together. So it is tricky, and I understand.
You co-parent.
We
it
do,
doesn't
and
sound
it's very
like this
interesting.
Is happening in this case.
Yeah, no, it's obviously a checkered sort of history here with the mother alone. But there are 2 things. And the first thing I would say is, yes, of course, big decisions. When you divorce, one of the hardest things is the big decisions you're worried you're not going to be part of. And I would say getting a tattoo and scarring someone's body is quite a big decision. So I think up until the age of 18, 100% it's a both parent joint decision. Having said that, obviously in this case it seems to be something has gone array there. But what I would say to this woman is pursuing it through the courts is probably not going to help. In my experience, you have to to move forward, they've got 2 or 3 other young kids. They're going to have to actually, broker a peace and try and move forward. And in the future, big decisions. That one's done now. I mean, unless you're going to get her lasered. She is 16. She obviously wanted it herself. And I think to move forward, conflict is not the way to go. And as I said, I've been there, done that, and I've got to say it is challenging when you are in split homes, but the best thing you can do is try and get on the same page. And I have to give my ex-husband credit for that. He's been fantastic. And everything we do, as much as it's, can be hard, we have managed to make those big decisions together.
And Jo, there's obviously a lot of anger there, though, isn't it? I think it's wonderful, the relationship that you've got, but there's clearly a lot of anger, and I agree with you. I think to put it through the courts, to drag she's now 17, but to drag her through it as well, it seems to me more like it's anger towards the ex-husband as opposed to what's actually happened.
And that's the thing, and I would say this to a lot of women, and I don't want to try and come across all holier than thou at all, but I have been in a challenging situation where you are angry, you are whatever, but you have to, and I always manage to, even in the, and my divorce was 10 years ago, so a long time ago now, but even in the depths of my, distress, I always managed to look at the children and see that the greater good was peace and harmony amongst their parents, no matter what. And I would just implore any male, female, any parents out there to really look past yourselves, your own anger, your own jealousies, your own resentments, and just say, we've both got to raise this child, and this child's only going to be the best it can be if we are both, A, as healthy and mentally strong as we can be, and also, B, that child is a product of both parents. So they need to feel good about both parents.
Yeah.
So at the end of the day, that's what it comes down to.
Joe, yeah, good
There
points.
you are. That's my Bible saying.
It's the Ben, Rob and Robbo, Ben, Rob and Robbo, Ben, Rob and Robbo Show.